What is going on, guys? Gamer6806 reacts here, back with a reaction video. Today, we're not doing reaction. We're going to be giving you my NFL honors predictions. We'll go through all the awards, give you the player I predict to get it. This is about an hour and a half before the show. Unlike previous years, the outcomes haven't been leaked yet, so I don't know who's going to win these awards. But these are who I think is going to win them. Get into it. And we're going to start off with Offensive Rookie of the Year. And for Offensive Rookie of the Year, I'm going to have to give it to the Chargers quarterback, Justin Herbert. You know, this man, he's been breaking records. He's been setting records, you know what I'm saying? He's just had an all-around fantastic season. And, you know, obviously, it's going to be one of the Justins, either Jefferson or Herbert. You know, they both broke records. It's just Herbert had, as I feel, the more significant season, and I feel like he just deserves the award more, you know. I mean, he comes in as somebody who's projected to not even play that season, you know what I'm saying? He's projected to be the backup for the season. Unlike Justin Jefferson, I mean, he's getting, most of the time, he's getting secondary corner coverage. Justin Herbert, obviously, you know, he's a starting quarterback out of nowheres, out of, you know, just long puncture from Tyrod Taylor. And he's not done a lot of preparation. I mean, he comes in not prepared, and he just absolutely shows out. And, you know, I feel like you could easily give it to Justin Jefferson too if you wanted to. I just feel Justin Herbert deserves it more. So now, go on to Defensive Rookie of the Year, and I'm going to have to give that one too. For Defensive Rookie of the Year, I'm going to have to give that one to Chase Young. Chase Young, you know, it's not even a competition at this point. I mean, maybe you give it to Antoine Winfield Jr., maybe Jeremy Chin. You know, there's a lot of DBs. You know, Julian Blackmon started off very nice. But Chase Young, like, he actually, throughout the whole entire season, he was a great player. Like, these other rookies, they had great stretches, you know what I'm talking about? Just, like, individual stretches throughout the whole season where they played great. But Chase Young, the whole entire season, played fantastic. He was a Pro Bowler. I mean, I don't think it's competition. I don't know how you couldn't give this guy the award. So now, before we get into the main awards, I'm going to have to go to Comeback Player of the Year, and that, I believe, that award is going to go to Alex Smith. You know, Alex Smith, this dude, he had a leg injury. I don't remember the exact injury, but he had an injury that was threatening for him to never even walk again, I think was what was going to happen, or something like that. And this dude comes out, you know, there was certain amputation, all of that. It was so bad. And he comes back, he recovers, and he takes this Washington team to the playoffs. I mean, without him, they don't make the playoffs. As a starter, Washington was 5-1. And I mean, he's not a fantastic quarterback. He just set Washington over that edge that he needed to be at to win games. And that's what caused them to get into the playoffs. You know, win that weak NFC East. If maybe Alex Smith would start the whole year, they maybe would have went over 500. I would not be surprised. But I don't think this is a competition. I mean, like, maybe you give it to Ben Roethlisberger, but like, there's no way that Alex Smith doesn't win this. His story is just too good. So next we have Walter Payton Man of the Year. I have to give that one to Travis Kelce. You know, obviously this one is very hard, because there's 32 candidates and you actually really don't know who's going to win it. There's not a lot to go off of. But what I'm going to go off of is who won the voting. Travis Kelce won the voting by a large margin. And, I mean, this probably isn't going to translate into winning the award. I mean, last year it didn't, because Cam Newton won the voting. And then after the voting, I'm pretty sure Calais Campbell actually won the actual award. So obviously they're separate categories for the voting and the actual award, but I'm just going to go off who had the most votes with Travis Kelce. So next, I'll go into Coach of the Year, and I'm going to have to give that one to Sean McDermott. So, the reason I'm giving this one to Sean McDermott is basically it's either him or Stefanski, and if the Dolphins made the playoffs, it's easily Brian Flores. The way that Brian Flores flipped that Dolphins team around so fast was ridiculous. He just couldn't get them in the playoffs. You could easily give this to Stefanski, but the reason I'm giving this to Sean McDermott is just the development he made with Josh Allen, the offseason moves he made to help that offense, and it just really made that team so much stronger. And he's a great coach all around too. And I feel like he just really deserves the award. So I mean, yeah, obvious. And like I said, if the Dolphins did make playoffs, I would have given this to Flores. And you can also make a really, really strong case for Stefanski. And this one's between Stefanski and McDermott. So now for Offensive Player of the Year, I'm going to give it to Derrick Henry. The man had 2,000 yards. And if it wasn't for the fantastic quarterback performances, this dude would have won MVP. I mean, just look at the picture. What it's over here, which side is on, but the picture that's being shown. I mean, that just shows how dominant he was this season. Dude had 2,000 yards. There's only a select few people that have done it, and there's not a lot of people. I think he's there maybe was one more person that's done it in the 2010s, but the 2010s is such pass heavy that like you don't see running backs do this ever anymore. Like you don't see any running backs even come close anymore, besides Derrick Henry. And I really feel that nobody even comes close offensive wise. I mean, he's not the most valuable player in the league, so that's why I'm not giving him MVP. But he's the best offensive player in the league this year. So now for Defensive Player of the Year, I'm going to give it to Aaron Donald. I mean, this man was very close behind TJ Watt in all of the defensive categories. TJ Watt is obviously the leader in all of them, but Aaron Donald is a defensive tackle. He's also the best defensive player in football. He deserves the award. I mean, you don't see defensive tackles putting up these numbers. You really just don't. And there's also that one stat, 70% of snaps he's double teamed. And I'm sure TJ Watt's being double teamed a lot too. But TJ Watt is an edge rusher. He has tight ends that block him as well, and those register as double teams when they get blocked by a tackle and a tight end. Aaron Donald is getting a guard and a center. He's getting two interior D or O linemen. TJ Watt's getting most of the time a tight end and O lineman. And I really just feel like that really just shows how dominant Aaron Donald has been this season, why he really deserves this award. So now for the Holy Grail of the awards, MVP, I'm going to give it to the one and the only, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I don't even think this is a question anymore. Maybe before like week 12, Mahomes was in the lead. But Aaron Rodgers really turned it up, and he like past that Bucks game, he was pretty much. I mean, besides that Bucks game, the whole season he was pretty much flawless, and it's just insane how dominant he was. I mean, there's a few candidates you could have for this award. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers, who I'm giving the award. Mahomes, he's up there. Tom Brady, if you want to go there. Josh Allen had a great season. There's a lot of things you could do. But I feel like Aaron Rodgers was the most valuable player in the league this season, throughout the whole season. I mean, if you look at the way you can write things off is Mahomes and Tom Brady both have amazing offenses. Aaron Rodgers has Davante Adams. I mean, he has a pretty good O-line. And then, like, Aaron Jones, who's decent. And his offense does not compare to the Buccaneers or Chiefs. And then Josh Allen just did not have as great as a season as Rodgers did, just straight up. I am now remembering that I forgot an award, and that is Most Improved Player. Never mind, I sound dumb. There's not a Most Improved Player in the NFL. Don't worry about it. Think about NBA awards for a second. That's going to wrap up the video. Drop a like, drop a sub if you want to. Until then, see you guys next time. Peace.